Hello, my name is Daniel Fehrer, and I've been working at Nike for a little over a year now in systems development. The group I work for is Experience Delivery Framework, and this group is just one of several different capability groups in development that help support and grow our Nike.com e-commerce site. So with that said, first of all, I'd just like to take an opportunity to say that Nike's really been a great place to work, and I fully believe in the company and the product and in the employees. And so I thank you. So with that said, a little bit background on myself. I'm currently finishing my Master's of Information Systems at Aspen University with a specialization in web development. And this specialization has really afforded me an in-depth knowledge of systems development, specifically with web technologies, but also with information systems management, project management, and the entire systems development lifecycle. Specifically regarding this proposal, I've concentrated a lot on Agile and different release cadences. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm also a Scrum Master. I've also received my Scrum Master certification and have been working in development for the past 10 years. Previously as a development manager at Xerox for about 6 years. And the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like a lot of these opportunities have really seasoned my knowledge in the areas of systems development and brought me to a position to be able to help improve the success of our site, because it's important to me that Nike is successful. So in the limited time that I've worked at Nike, I've had the opportunity to work really closely with a majority of the separate development capability groups that support the site. I've learned a lot about the way our systems development groups work separately and as a whole. And I've also worked closely with our release management group, our business product owners that help guide our development groups towards the roadmap for the site, and also with our Agile leadership group. And as I'm sure you're aware, we've also had a separate development group that is working towards moving Nike.com to new innovative technologies and cloud-based solutions. I believe this will really help us continue to expand globally and remain a leader in the market, and help us reach our objectives of bringing inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. So this presentation is to announce a project that I've been working alongside some of my counterparts in various development groups. And this started first just through some discussions and my personal experiences as a Scrum Master at Nike. And I've also worked closely with different stakeholders in development, with our business partners, our Agile leadership group, and our release management group. So the purpose of the project has been to really understand ways in which we can become more agile with improving our speed to deliver products and capabilities to the site, and our ability to successfully expand globally. And I believe that the way to do this is through Agile development. So in order to understand our areas of opportunity in systems development, I conducted several interviews and received feedback on several questionnaires from a lot of key stakeholders in each department: business, release management, development, and even our Agile leadership group. And what I found primarily was that a majority of the groups were experiencing similar issues, such as capacity issues in various development groups, a disconnect with the agile sprint cadences between development groups and with our release management group, and a lot of environment issues that were really plaguing the development groups and putting a halt to their work or requiring them to work really hard towards the end of a sprint cadence or sprint life cycle, which is typically a couple weeks long in our case, to finish products. And what happens with this is that we have considerable defects and bugs that come out of every release. And this really bogs down our velocity and makes it so that we can't deliver as much product to the business. So I've really spent a lot of time on understanding what the issues were, the causes behind those issues, and I've detailed my findings in the accompanying document. The document includes all the areas of opportunity along with the causes for the various issues and really substantiated solutions that I derived from interviews with agile coaching, as well as research that I did on my own with external agile experts in the field, primarily through very popular and accomplished books on the subject, and my own personal experiences and knowledge from my master's degree. So just for a quick summary of the solutions that were being presented in this document, I found that in order to effectively become successful at agile development, we need to work towards a continuous delivery model with continuous code release. And what this means is that although we're releasing continuously, we might release every couple weeks or once a month, and that might be okay, but continuous delivery model really encompasses the ability to release every 2 weeks or at the end of a sprint cadence, okay, which could even be a week long in some cases. And we're really limited to do that at this point because the way that we're running our release management group is with an older waterfall methodology, and that, along with some other along with extreme programming methodologies, can really help us make some improvements in this area. So I've detailed the purpose behind each solution and how it can help us meet our goals and remain a leader in the market. And after you've had the opportunity to review my proposal in more detail, I ask that you please feel free to reach out to me for a face-to-face discussion on the matter, because I really feel that continuous delivery and being able to really, what goes along with that is continuous code delivery or code releases, to where we can actually release code multiple times a day within every group to production. Now, not to scare you with that, but what that means is that these code releases are automated, they're tested thoroughly, and they're much smaller sets of code that only hit a certain users that have the privileges to view these changes. So in other words, it's not going to hit all of our customers. However, it does afford us the ability to test new changes or product releases with smaller groups of customers before we decide to release them to the larger group of customers. But primarily, what it helps us alleviate is a lot of environment issues and a lot of the bugs and defects. Because what's happening is that in our current environment, we have a lot of different groups that are releasing large sets of code during each release, and these sets of code have not really been tested a lot with each other, and they're causing issues, and it's really difficult for each group, all the different groups, to coordinate all of the work that they're doing. In order to do that, we really kind of have to be one group instead of separate groups, which really complicates things. So I believe that this continuous delivery with continuous deployment methodology or process is really going to help us get to the point where we're freeing up our environments and reducing our bugs and having faster speed to delivery and better quality. And so, with that said, I thank you for your time and your consideration.